So, Babushka, it must be great in America, no? Oh, it was greater in my home country. Let me tell you my story. Music!
Near the end of BC came the Byzantines, preserving Greco-Roman culture eternally. The Justinian Code set the foundations of law for the Middle Ages and the world abroad, creating new faith orthodox in the East. After the Great Schism, Christian unity ceased. 1054, icons in the East were no more, and the schisms to support the Christian faith at the core. The Byzantines did have the Hagia Sophia, that's until 1453, then, well, see ya. The Turks take the capital, Ottomans gain power, lose Europe to its knees, then forces them to cower.
And in the 18th century, the Hohenzollerns attacked. There's like 8 different French commands. Who can keep track? They throw the Junkers away like, well, they were junk. Centralizing administration was a slam dunk. And the Prussians built their army 1-5, building the empire to dangerous new heights.
From the Turks to the Serbs, to the Tsars and Byzantines, to the Croats, to the Slavs, and everything in between. Latvians and Romanians and Czechs and Slovenes. This Eastern Europe gets its own hip-hop theme. The power king of Europe was ready to blow. Protesters in Berlin getting ready to go. From the Soviet Russians to this anthem. Eastern Europe just needs its own anthem.
Bismarck realizes he's got it made. He takes a country full of lemons and he makes lemonade. Fool. Realpolitik is his game. Blood and iron are priorities. Farming's just lame. Bismarck builds up industry like Arnold builds up muscle. Starts a massive arms race. Britain's gotta hustle. Culture comp, baby. There's no time for the fade. Pump out those guns, man. We're gonna be late. Gotta rush, young Prussia. Better get to the top. And you better believe we ain't ever gonna stop.
Prussia starts a war with Austria to make them look bad, and takes down France so that Alsace could be had. 1871, German unification is reached, as World War I Germany is playing for keeps.
The Treaty of Versailles was harsh like Russian winter, allowed the rise of racism, Nazis, and Hitler, but soon Germany breaks up at the end of World War II, leaving West and East Germany not knowing what to do.
From the Turks to the Serbs, to the Tsars and Byzantines, to the Croats, to the Slavs, and everything in between. Latvians and Romanians and Czechs and Slovenes. This Eastern Europe gets its own hip-hop theme. The power king of Europe was ready to blow. Protesters in Berlin getting ready to go. From the Soviet Russians to this anthem. Eastern Europe just needs its own anthem.
Balkans, the power keg was about to blow. Nationalism disrupting the European flow. The League of Nations tries to end the ethnic hate, creating Yugoslavia, which is a Slavic state.
But geographic lines couldn't hide ethnic divides, and soon all of Europe would have to take sides. In 1991, the Serbs and the Croats would fight. The violence would continue until 1995.
Ethnic cleansing underslowed but nonetheless civics at the scene for a real bloody ethnic conflict. Other nations accused it of genocide. But Serbia insisted it had nothing to hide. The US intervened after a short time, and the Serbian government was accused of war crimes.
From the Turks to the Serbs, to the Tsars and Byzantines, to the Croats, to the Slavs, and everything in between. Latvians and Romanians and Czechs and Slovenes. This Eastern Europe gets its own hip-hop theme. The power king of Europe was ready to blow. Protesters in Berlin getting ready to go. From the Soviet Russians to this anthem. Eastern Europe just needs its own anthem.
The 1900s saw the rise of the Cold War and Stalin took control like never before. He refused to move his troops out of Eastern Europe then. Germany is testing to see how this goes back.
The whole war is torn between the Soviets and US, but the Eastern Europeans didn't have a say in it. With the Warsaw Pact, they allied with Big Red, living under Stalin, until Khrushchev said, "Hey, let's chill out here, it's not a big deal. Eastern Europe's gotta be keeping it real." They can see how just a little freedom can hang, but that's when Eastern affairs hit the fan. When Brezhnev took power, he made sure he would stop each and every single country in the Eastern Bloc, loosening their policies the slightest bit at all, and so we saw leaders like Dubček fall. In the mid-1900s, Brezhnev made sure that none of Eastern Europe could escape this rule.
But eventually we saw freedom would reign, even after the horrible Prague Spring. In 1989, the Iron Curtain began to rise, and democratic leaders started to turn the tides. One by one, the Eastern Europeans flipped. The Soviet Union was about to get ripped. The Velvet Revolution, a free Hungarians call, along with the tearing down of the Berlin Wall.